I was going to say let's restart. She was
I definitely was going to say, hold on.
I think she had a question.
I need another minute.
Yeah.
Oh, come on in. Oh, the cackle. The cackle.
Join us for a monumental moment.
You are here with
A Trio Tribune.
Hello and welcome back. We're so grateful you are here. You are here with
Abby,
Amelia,
Beth,
and Chloe.
We are going to quickly hop into our like it and leave it. And yeah. Abby, you get to start.
Okay, this week's like it. My students had their performance of Peter and the Wolf. So I have several hundred students, and they do their ballet once a year, the production of Peter and the Wolf. And they did phenomenal. We had 4 shows, and I liked it. But I'm also glad that it's done.
Always.
It's nice to have that done. And then my leave it is this cold. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that right now.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
it's not even, it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we did that.
It's cold. It's no
I
longer.
waited to leave it until this moment, and now I'm like, oh, I'm healed.
Oh, wow. Amazing. We can do this more often.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, Mel.
Okay, so my leave it would probably be feeling tired. I just like to sleep. And that's, I don't know, just something that I feel like I need to push through. I just want to become a morning person again. So I want to leave sleeping, like liking sleep so much, behind. And then my like it or love it is that we celebrated some of our family's birthdays, and we for our birthdays we go around and we say our favorite thing about that person when it's their birthday, and it was just a super cute, fun moment, and it was like really tender to see all of my different family members like talk about one of whoever birthday it was in such a loving way, and it was super, heartfelt and just cute, and I love that, and I'm gonna keep that with me forever. So
That
yeah,
was so fun, especially because it was about me.
yeah.
I'll go?
Yeah. You go.
Okay. So my love it is that I'm in St. George. I love
Yay.
being with my
Love
family.
St. George.
Love being in St. George because it's always like good, happy, sunny weather. And I just feel good here. And my leave it, I am out of breath. Like, for the next few months of podcasts, I'm so sorry you're going to get pregnant breath. Beth.
Yeah, girl, I smell.
Pregnant breath Beth. Like pregnant breathing Beth.
Combined.
I just like can't. I'm sitting, you guys, and I'm talking, and I can't catch my breath. So I'm just gonna allow it and leave it, type thing. Is that a thing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Chloe.
Okay. My like it, or what is it? Love it. Was that because my husband reminded me, but he put together all of our furniture. We also just moved here to St. George, which is really exciting. And
the
I also
happiest
agree.
thing.
It's so sunny. We just came from Ohio, and it was so gloomy. And there's never a cloud in the sky here, I swear. It's so nice.
It's
the
always
best.
clear.
It's
and
so
blue.
nice.
Sunny St. George.
Sunny St. George. So yeah, he put together all of our furniture, which is so nice. My leave it was my cat threw up constantly for 24 hours.
No.
Wait, from the car or what?
I think so. We took him to the vet, and they were like, it's probably his change to environment and having a lot of people, so...
Oh my gosh.
Did you just purr in there?
I'm also turning into my cat. So I keep like stepping back. Hope that didn't pick it up. Anyways, so I'm gonna leave both of those things. Leave my cat being sick. Gone.
Poor cat.
I know, it
That's
was really
sad.
sad. It got to the point where it was just saliva. Like he threw up everything.
Like just bile at
Just-
that time. Like, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
that's
the
what
yeah,
foaming.
it just like all
Sad.
so sad.
That is so sad.
Poor kitty.
Well, I am so excited to announce our special guest, our delightful sister-in-law, Chloe Valadez. We are beyond excited to have her here. We are going to be sharing some fun stories, maybe embarrassing moments, and inspirational experiences that we've had. And so we're happy to have you join us for today on this exciting episode and join us for some good vibes.
Yay.
And a little bit about Chloe. She is the happiest, sunshiny girl. Like,
She's so good.
sweetest friend, and she's married to our little brother, and she just fit in instantly. And so
Yeah, I'm actually thinking back to like one of the first times we met Chloe. I think it was literally the second time we met her. It was so easy, but we convinced her to join us in a little
TikTok
reel. Yeah, a
dance.
dance.
It was
and
Justin
so it was like,
Bieber.
yeah, me, Beth, and Chloe are doing
remember.
Justin Bieber, and we totally it was just so
We
fun. It
will
was like
post
so
the
easy
video.
and natural to
That was
just
so fun.
enjoy Chloe. So yeah.
Yes,
I love
she
that.
is lovable.
Yeah, but let's
so
have
nice.
Chloe kind of introduce herself a little bit, and what would you want people to know about you?
That is a really good question. So yes, married to their younger brother Will. We've been married for almost 4 years, which is so crazy. It has gone by so fast.
That did go by fast.
I know.
Wow, 4 years.
I know. It's been so crazy. We've kind of hopped around quite a bit. We lived in Utah, then we headed to Georgia, Ohio, so we definitely found our mark here in Utah. I come from a family of all girls, and we were born and raised in Southern California, which we love so much. And yeah, it's a good time. I work at Vivint Smart Home. So classy.
Are you like the best?
She like is a boss lady. She just keeps like everything that I hear. She just gets a promotion after promotion.
Yes.
Also, she wins everything.
Oh, yeah. Tell us what you won. How fun was that?
A trip to Mexico.
Really?
Yeah, I really did.
I went.
so
I was
funny.
just barely in their apartment, and I walked over and I grabbed something in your house, and Will said, "Oh, Chloe won that. Oh, the Cutco knives." And then he saw, "Oh, she won that set," and I was like, "Dang, that girl wins everything." And so I made a joke because I turned around, I was like, "Oh, this candle smells good. Did she win this?" and he immediately was all, "No, we bought that." But it was so funny because then he was listing it off. He's like, "A Nintendo Switch, a Shark blow dryer thing, Cutco knives, a trip to Mexico." Like, she is the luckiest. You should gamble
We should go
with
to
this
Vegas.
girl.
Let's figure it out.
No, yeah, it's a great company. I really do love it. It's taught me so much, but I am like a senior supervisor over a team, which is really great. I love working with people and just being in an environment that's business minded. I love business aspects of things, so it's really fun for me. So that's where I'm at right now. We have a little cat. His name's Nilo, and he's so cute. We love him. No, I really do love him. It's so fun to take care of an animal. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. Now we're here. Now we live in St. George, and now I get to be close to them.
And
So
we're
it's so fun.
happy. So happy to have you close. So, Chloe, I feel like you are such a motivated, go-getter woman. And I want to know what motivates you to pursue your dreams, and tell us a little bit about what your dreams are. And then when you face obstacles, how do you overcome those when trying to get to your goal?
Oh, okay. So
So
how
maybe
do I...
start with the first question,
Yeah.
and then we'll ask.
So, like,
the
tell us a
second
little bit
question.
about your goals. Like, what's your goal in life, and like what motivates you to get there?
Yeah, I love that. I feel like my main goal is it was to get married, so check, did that.
Yeah.
Because I need him to go to my next goal, which is to have a family. I'm really excited to have a family one day. And honestly, just like, I wouldn't say I have any like crazy goals, but just to, have a family and live our life with God at the center. We are spiritual religious, so that's like all I could ask for. So nothing too wild, but just being with Will, having kids, creating a family, and living a simple life. I feel like that's one thing I learned. I don't need all these crazy things to be happy. So just having a family, honestly, with Will. So that's what I mean.
I love that. I think that's so cool to hear
So
because,
cheesy.
I think it's really cool. Like, it's important to be able to have these goals that are, to some, it's just like foundational checklist, but really, like, let's appreciate them as goals that we can strive for and be motivated to. Like, a family is really like a really good priority to have, and so I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that at such a young age you're like, that's what I want is a family.
I know,
and
yeah.
like,
And
That's
recognize
awesome.
the importance of
Yeah.
it too. Like, I love that. That's exactly what I wanted, and I feel like I had to have other like goals in mind so I love that it's just like
that is it.
simplicity and a family like that. That's what I want.
Yeah. Well, because we've set other goals. Like, our goal was to buy a house back in 2020, and we did that, and that felt so good, but it just wasn't as fulfilling as like our marriage or just other things that are going to be like with us beyond this life. So that's one of my goals.
You
So,
guys have crushed a lot in a short period of time. So I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like you
been a
guys are
crazy time.
definitely are headed in the right direction.
yeah, I hope so.
So when you are striving for this goal and there may be obstacles that you've come across to like get there, how do you face them? And like, how do you move through them or past them?
That's a good one. I feel like first I have to like talk about, like, vent, like I have to let it out, you know, when like something's wrong. Like, sometimes I don't love when people are like, you just gotta like get through it, but it's like I feel like it's okay to cry or like let it out. I'm a very emotional person, so like if
Me
something
too.
are you really
I
like
think we all are.
yeah, I know. Yeah, after tonight, I'm just kidding.
Somebody literally
It was-
yelled at me through the
What?
window of a car once, like last week, because I wasn't all the way in the lane at the moment they wanted me to. I started crying.
Oh, yeah, that is me 100%. I would literally, I'm very, like, sensitive, but I'm also, like, I can put up with stuff, but certain things trigger me. I'm like, no.
Emotional things are like they hit different.
Yeah, no, they do.
Yeah, but
It's so
anyways.
true. So, yeah, I feel like I have to just, like, make it known, I guess, like, the issue. That way I can just talk about it, let it out, know what's going on. I feel like it's good to just discuss it. That way it's out of your system. And then I kind of have to make plans on what I'm going to do to figure it out. Goals, writing things down is a really big one for me, or letting my feelings out in my journal. Things like that really help me to just, I feel like I just need to like let it out to move on. I don't know if that makes sense.
No,
Yeah, it's
for
like a form of processing
Yeah,
it.
it's like I have to just like talk about it to get to a point to be okay. Also, having a support system, having my husband and also my family or in-laws, I feel like that's a huge thing. I can be very closed off, but when I have a support system, it's just easy to get through stuff, to relate and things. Also, praying, that always helps me to communicate with God and kind of see what I need to do for feelings I get. So that's kind of how I try to overcome obstacles.
I love it.
I think
So,
those are
yeah.
great. Those are
Yeah.
like, I love it. I feel like if we sifted that down, it was like really awesome. You process things through writing and speaking, and then you have that support system that you go to, people, and then you have God. I think those are like really good points.
Yeah.
Yeah, which are often overlooked. Like, I feel like people try to make it more complicated, and really it is the simple things. Like, humans are pretty simple. You need to connect to other humans and to God. And so I do feel like it can be that simple, and sometimes we forget it. So I think that's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in with one of my questions because you're going to follow us.
Okay.
But
Why am I nervous?
what's the hardest trial you have faced in life thus far? So
That
when
is
we
so
talk
deep.
about you figuring out your obstacles,
Yeah.
like what obstacles have you had in life or with goals or whatever?
Yeah.
And what's the hardest trial that you've had to go through
Yeah.
and come out of?
Shoot. That's so deep. Oh gosh. I always feel, I know, like, everyone goes through trials and everyone's trials are different, but I always feel like a part of me feels like guilty when I know there's so many bigger issues out there. So when I say this, I just, like, I know there's so much harder things. Wow, I'm not gonna cry.
I think it's important to remember, like, everybody's hard
Hard for them.
and comparing, that's not what we're here to compare each other's challenges, like, or obstacles in life. We're here to be with each other through their obstacles.
Yeah.
And I think that's that's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to build a community where everyone feels welcome, no matter what stage, no matter what they're going through, and we're able to share our personal insights that may be different, and that's what makes it beautiful.
Right. I love that. That's so good. See, I told you I'm a
I'm
a sensitive person, okay?
I love it.
Probably, let's see. I know I'm thinking of it. I'm just trying to draw it out. So, my husband and I have been trying to have a baby. And it's, like, the coolest thing. It's such a beautiful experience to, bond with your partner and, like I said, have that goal. But it's also really hard when you can't do it. It's just one of those things. Yeah, it's been a little bit, but I'm still hopeful, and I know God, hears my prayers. I know he's looking out for me, but I also know if I don't have those obstacles, I don't learn and I don't grow. So I am grateful that I have been taught patience and love for other people's children and everything like that, but it can be very discouraging when like what your purpose is. Like, I want to be a mom, and it can't be fulfilled when I want it to. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but it does take longer sometimes. So that's probably the hardest thing right now. It asked me a couple years ago and it would have been different, but I think in this phase currently that's probably the hardest thing, but hopefully that will change soon. But
Yes, I love you, Chloe.
I love you too.
I was
You're
just
so
thinking,
sweet.
I'm kind of glad we're not videoing because we are all sobbing right now.
No, I'm just really grateful for your vulnerability and being honest with that. And I know and you say that your trials are, you think that that's a small one compared to other things, but I haven't had to deal with that, and I don't think I'd want to. And so I think you're just freaking perfect.
You're so
And
nice.
I'm just proud of you, and I know you're going to have a baby.
Thanks. I hope so.
You and Will will make
Yeah.
it
For
too.
sure.
It will be
Will.
exciting the day that comes.
And
It'll be a lot more appreciated, I feel like, too. Not that, But I feel
Yes.
like maybe, it's not the right time, or I just need to realize how important motherhood is, but it will be appreciated, so.
What are some things that you like to hear or want support from other people, like with this type of trial?
Yeah, that's a good question. Honestly, like, the people that don't show, I don't know, like, where they're not like, I'm so sorry, or, that's probably, I don't know. It's when people are just real about it and talk about it, I rather prefer that than people that kind of are more awkward or hesitant with it, because it is talked about more and things. So, I mean, I don't mind talking about it. I now prefer it just because I realize how much other people also go through a similar situation. So, yeah, just love, support, and just being open with it is always just nice to hear. So, yeah.
One thing that I've experienced, not the same for me, but I think that through my experience of pregnancy, which I've shared previous episodes, I had the choice, like, for my baby, to keep the baby. And I chose to keep the baby. And I think that's one thing, like, when you become a mother in whatever form, that child will grow up knowing you absolutely chose that child over and over and over. And, like, I think that's such an important thing as a parent and child relationship to know and have, like, in the future. And it's so hard when those things are so far away and it seems so unattainable in the moment, as many trials are. Like, in those moments, it seems so foggy. But to be able to, like, take a step back and know that whatever your family looks like, you guys are the ones who, like, absolutely chose it and worked for it. It didn't just, like, stumble into place. It's, like, really, really thought about and felt for.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
I think that's going to be so special.
It's so true.
Yeah, I feel like it's an interesting thing when you're, like, yearning for something so bad, whether there's like a lot of, I mean, obviously children is something that, like, I feel like a lot of women go through that and can relate to that. Like, I can, like, immediately think of a couple friends or family members who have mentioned having a hard time with that, and I think it's so hard, and I think that's a very common thing for women. And I also think there's, like, a couple of different ways, like, when I'm listening to you and I'm watching you talk about this, like, yearning for that, and you know that's what you want, and it's so hard when you don't have it. I'm admiring you so much, because mine was, I mean, I want that, but I also wanted a husband for so long. Like, I wanted a partner for so long. I wanted that for years, and it just didn't come. And it was so hard, because when you talk about it with someone, it was almost dismissive. Like, when I'm like, oh, like, and it was also this thing where I'm like, well, what if that doesn't happen? And people would be like, no, it's going to be, it's going to happen. You're fine. And I'm like, that's so dismissive of how I'm feeling right now.
Because right now
it's not happening, and I'm feeling the pain of this. And so I think that's, like, something that it was so hard when I'm like, that just makes me feel like all this heartache isn't even being seen by this person I'm confiding in. And so I think that's something that your vulnerability is appreciated, and I think that a lot of people can relate to that, like, in whichever way it is in their life. And I don't think you should ever downplay that as a struggle.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. But also listening to you be like, I'm grateful. Like, I still have hope, and I love other children. I'm like, I did not like to be around people who were married when I wanted that so bad. I was like, I don't want to be around anyone who's married. I want to be with all the single people, because I don't like being around everyone who has what I want. And so I think that's, like, the fact you are so hopeful and you're taking it so gracefully is is amazing.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
That
Didn't
is-
used to be like that.
That's okay too, though. Like,
gets
that's
to a
one thing.
point.
Well, I remember I actually heard someone say that. They're like, I didn't want to be around children because it was so hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
that makes sense. And that's okay. I feel like that's completely valid. But to hear you be so positive about it, I'm like, Chloe, I love you so much.
You're so sweet. Yeah. And I also think when, like, to go off of that, I hear you there because a lot of people, like my sisters, got pregnant really easily. And so everyone was like, you'll get pregnant so fast. And to have that expectation and then to be like, oh,
let
no,
down.
like, that's actually
Yeah.
not the case. But there's a lot of just hope in the next month. Like, every time I'm like, oh, I'll cry. Like I said, I have to just let it out, and then we got it. So,
Oh, I think that is one of the best things, though, is to, because I think one of the things that we do is when we're going through something hard, it can feel so lonely because you really cannot convey a feeling to someone. No, with words. Like, you really can't. Like, even if it's like, I feel so lonely in this, it's so hard to, like, I'm like, I wish I could put my heart in your heart so you could feel this pain or whatever it is. And it can feel so lonely. But the thing is even with that, like, everyone has felt loneliness in their own way or whatever. And so I think it's a really beautiful thing that you can confide in people and that you have your support group. And maybe they don't respond the right way all the time. But I think that that's one thing that can help us for sure because we all feel so alone in our struggles sometimes. And reaching out is the way we can realize, like, oh, they have felt that in this way or that way, whatever. So,
it's so true.
yeah. Well, my question, I feel like you've maybe answered it to some degree, or there's, from your answers, you could probably incorporate it in this, but like, I feel like life can feel so busy nowadays. And I don't know if you feel that way necessarily, but I'm like, it is overwhelming when you have work and a house and an animal and a husband, and you're trying to have relationships with your family and find personal time. And I feel like life can feel very chaotic. And so my question would be like, if you ever have those moments where it feels chaotic and what you do, like if you have a certain routine or things you'll do to help you slow down and like be where you are.
Yes. Yeah, chaos is everywhere.
Honestly.
In my life. You know, yeah.
In everyone's life.
It's so busy. I would say one thing that Will has actually really taught me when there is a lot going on is having a hobby to go to. And that changes frequently for me, but when I have a hobby that I can escape from, it really does feel like a haven or something where I can go to that is very calming because I can get, I mean, we all do, but I can get really bad anxiety or stressed at work and like you said, school, being a student, being a wife, trying to do all these things. So having a hobby, and right now for me that's like reading and exercising. I feel like those two things currently keep me in a different headspace. It's something I can truly like escape from, which I know you like all of you are like, because we like exercise is like such a huge like
need it.
thing that you guys all do, and it helps to just get my mind in a better place, centered, like. And I think I can't remember, I think one of my instructors said this, but it's like proven when you're working out and listening to music, like you're only focusing on that. So you just have a one-track mind that's really nice. That's why they like blast music at the gyms or when you go places, because it allows you to just be in that moment. And honestly, my Orange Theory class, shout out to Orange Theory. You guys are the best. Sponsor that. I'm a loyal customer. Just transferred to the St. George gym. Just kidding. I'm going to get a freaking stalker in there. Anyways, yeah.
I love that.
Reading, and I set a goal to read 100 books this year.
Wow.
Oh, I love that.
I'm on 23. I'm 4 books behind.
Wait, that's like two. That's like 2 a week.
Yeah, it's so stressful. But it's also my escape goal.
It's something that's so
No,
stressful.
it's
Escape is stressful, but
But
once
it's
you're
so
in it.
fun when I like set that number goal. I'm like, ooh, I gotta
That
get
is
that.
Chloe to a T. She is a go-getter, goal like girl. So that is hilarious. That even like with your hobbies, you set a goal with
Her things that help her not have chaos is still a goal. No, I actually
You know what
love
I'm
that.
saying?
No, 100%. I do think that is a lost, I don't know what you would call it, like resource is hobbies.
Yeah.
Like, and I see that with a lot of my clients. Like, I will ask them, so what kind of hobbies do you have? And 99% of the time, I'm a mom. And I'm like, it makes total sense. I'm sure that consumes you, but I do think that is a lost resource for like our mental health and emotional health. And so 100%, I'm like, yes, that's
Yes.
something I learned. Like probably when I was like 25 or 26 is like, I thrive when I have hobbies.
Well, I also
Yes.
feel like hobbies like create who you are. Like,
It's a form of identity.
yeah. And so when you don't have hobbies, it's like, honestly, I don't know what I like. I don't know who I am. I don't know. But like, when somebody asks you like, oh, who are you? Whatever. Like, you can be like, I'm Chloe. I love to read books. I love to go to the gym.
Four behind.
No, but I just think that is so cool. And I listen to that. And I'm like, oh, I want to be more like that.
Yeah, it's inspiring.
Yeah,
for sure.
you inspire me.
Well, honestly, I feel like it was your family because you guys all have these hobbies. Like Will taught me, like he does music. Like you guys will just chat and play music, singing. Like you guys are acting like you don't, but you do. No, you podcast. You guys I remember when I lived in Lehigh, like you were a gym goer, and I was like, I need to be like that. I need to go to the gym.
Wow, you're
Or
so
Abby,
cute because I
Abby
look at you and I'm
paints.
like,
Abby's
yeah.
such a good painter. Like Beth sings. Like, or you know.
What else do I do, Chloe?
I'm gonna say dance. Dance is a hobby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sing like you're just you're very. You guys, the Valadez family is very artistic, and so that hobby, like I may not be artistic, but I can read a book for sure. I can go to the gym and be told what to do.
Chloe's the cutest. She loves to like rollerblade too. Like she's adorable.
Literally all the cutest
Catch me on the
things.
streets.
She's gonna be rollerblading to her
Leading
Orange
down
Theory
Sunset.
class, reading a book while she rollerblades to her Orange Theory.
Honestly, that's a great idea.
Of that? That'd
Oh
be
yeah,
so
I can
cute.
rollerblade backwards. I can do
Oh my god,
That's so cute.
we're
I
roller
can.
skating.
I
at
know
a
we
rink.
really at rink.
At a rink. A skating rink.
At rink. Yeah, no, it's so fun. I do love doing that too.
Aw. Well, I love you, Chloe. You really are just a light and an inspiration. And
You're
I'm just
so
grateful
sweet.
for you.
Wow, I'm so thankful for you guys. You guys are the
We
best.
love you. If there
Yes.
was one last thing you could tell our audience of little sisters out there, maybe even yourself 5 years ago, what would you tell yourself?
So I've been thinking about this. I don't just kidding. For the past hour, it's been on my mind. One thing that has been really heavy on my soul, just thinking about and contemplating, is if I were to tell like my younger self or people right now, truly is to just be present in the moment and enjoy the phase that you're in, because I'm constantly thinking about 5 years from now or just a couple years from now. Like 5 years ago, I was like, oh, I can't wait till we're, I'm married or I have this. And then now that I'm here, I'm like, oh, I miss that phase. Like, that was so fun. Or now we're doing this and can't wait till this. And I know I'll look back and wish I took more time to just be present and enjoy the moment. And also, like, limit screen time and really being present with the people that I love is so key. And I feel like brings more joy than we can comprehend, is just being present, living in the moment, enjoying the phase that you're in, because we don't get this time back. I won't be in my 20s forever. I be in this phase with Will where we don't have any kids forever. So just enjoying where you are and being present is something I wish I would have thought more about years ago, because it's so important to me now to just be where I am. So that's my little nugget.
I love it.
Yay.
That is honestly the one reminder that everyone needs all the time. I feel like, for me, that's the reminder I need all the time, I guess I should say. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. I love
Finish
it.
off, Amelia.
Okay. Chloe, you are the sweetest, and I just really appreciate you being willing to come on here with us and be vulnerable, and so easy to communicate with and share your story, and I know that someone who needs to hear this is going to hear it, and it's going to be because you shared your story. So
sweet.
yeah, I love you, and we're so grateful that Chloe was here with us. We're so grateful she lives in St. George now, that we get to hang out with her all the time.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, thank you for being here with us, Chloe, and thank you guys for listening. And don't forget to like and share. And yeah, are we?
Good job. Love ya.
Yeah, is that it?
Yay.
Good
Good
job,
job, love ya. Good job, love ya.